I'm D Anna, or just D, from faith.grows.com. And sorry. Before I even begin, I actually have a lot to say all at once. First of all, I'm not a splendid video maker. I know there's a format that's good to follow for YouTube videos, but I don't think I'll ever follow them. Because I'm not, I don't do well with formatting. As soon as there's a format to something, I feel like very restricted. And the only instances where I don't feel that way are when I am writing like a short story or an essay or a song. Where it's almost like it's a product. But even then, I tend towards more free flow. And I actually noticed that if I allow myself to free flow, there's an inherent structure to what I'm doing. Because it's God's structure, right? And I'm not putting my own, I'm not controlling it. So it's interesting. This is actually how I believe got such, I got straight A's throughout elementary, middle, and high school. And then in college, I didn't get straight A's, but I still got, I still did really, really well. Above average, always. And I credit a lot of that to my ability to let go of control, and I just always knew that if I was one with God, that it was going to be perfect no matter what. And that goes for anything. That's how I've written all my songs. That's how I wrote all my short stories. That's how I wrote every single article I've ever had published in a newspaper. That's how I wrote essays and did so well in school. It was because God always has the right answer, and God always is ultimately the force that shapes all things. And so if you align with God, it'll always be perfect. Case in point, when I hit record, I didn't know I was going to say that. I love that. So my point was that I'm not good with structure, and I go with God, and when I go with God, it's perfect. And I was saying that because my videos, I feel like to a lot of people, they might seem like they're all over the place. But they're not. And so I will just continue from there. I'll just keep flowing. What I wanted to talk about, what I plan on talking about, but we'll see what happens, right, is something that is really important to remember on your twin flame journey, and that is that you are your twin flame's teacher. If you have seen my video, it was the very first video I ever made, I talked about what the definition of a twin flame is, and this is the definition given by Jeff and Shaleia. And the definition of a twin flame is they are first your teacher, then your best friend, then your partner, and then your lover. And they are all of those things. But first and foremost, they're your teacher. And this is why this is an ascension path to God. This is why this is an awakening. It's because they mirror for you everything that's out of alignment, for you to heal and fix so that you can be in alignment with everything good that you want in your life. And so, ever since I met my twin, I recognized that he was a teacher for me. Because he saw right through me, and if I was ever lying or hiding something from myself, he called it out immediately. And I mean immediately. There's not a second delay between me being out of alignment and him calling it out. Which I didn't really like that. Of course, when you think about it, you know, who is your ideal partner? Who would you want to be your romantic partner? It would be somebody who doesn't take your shit and who makes you be better and who makes you question your motives and make sure you're always doing what's right for you. Of course, that's the kind of partner everyone wants, deep down, whether or not they admit it. We always want a partner who pushes us to be our best self, and that's your twin. And so I always recognized him as a teacher for me. But I just was watching the latest TFAS class, Twin Flame Ascension School, and it just really, the whole class they spent working with Fabian. Hi Fabian, if you're watching. A live student who is coming to like a crossroads in his twin flame journey. And they kind of role played for him the conversation that he and his twin might be having in the very near future, so that Fabian could learn to stand in his truth. And it was such a powerful class because it reminded me that it's not just that my twin flame is my teacher. I am my twin flame's teacher. So I get to learn him. I get to school him. I get to teach him. It's not just him teaching me. I haven't really fully claimed that yet, and I choose to do that now. Because in the past, he would come at me with seemingly logic, or just, you know, his own patterning or his own illusions, and he would present them to me, and I would crumble underneath the weight of whatever he presented to me. And so the whole class was just about how to stand in the truth and help your twin flame move through their blocks, because your twin flame wants to be in union with you just as much as you want to be in union with your twin flame. However, both parties are experiencing this story playing out differently. If you're the one watching this video, you're the one who's being called to do healing work and learn the mirror exercise and heal your way into union. And since you know what this relationship is, and since you're the one learning and taking on this body of knowledge, then it is your duty to help your twin flame, because they don't have access to this, and you need to have compassion for them. I actually took a lot of notes during the class, and I'm going to find them now. So your twin flame is like suffering, basically. That's not being condescending, and that's not being judgmental or whatever. It's just the truth, because separation from your twin flame isn't natural or normal. And so you're both automatically suffering right now by not being together. You may be so numbed out that you feel just fine, but the truth is, if you're apart from your twin, you're experiencing a lot of suffering. And if you really love them, which you do, then you need to have compassion for where they are. It's not that they're unawakened. It's just that they don't have access. It's just that you were called in to do the healing. They were called in to hold space while you do the healing. Both parts are necessary. And however it may seem, you're partners and you're always doing this together. And if something is coming up in your awareness, it is your responsibility to heal it, because it's coming up in your awareness. It's automatically your responsibility. That's your person, right? That's your ultimate love of loves. That's your best friend. That's your everything, right? So instead of sitting back on your high horse and thinking, oh, I can't wait for my twin to get it, and just, or be like, I'm going to wait till they contact me because I'm doing all this work, so they can just at least do part of it by picking up the phone and calling me. That's not loving, that's controlling. Your twin flame is suffering. Your twin flame wants to be with you too, but you're the one with the key. You went and found the information. You went and searching for the answers, and now that you have them, you're just going to keep them to yourself? No, you're going to share it with your beloved and help the both of you heal. And when you heal it in yourself, the results are automatic. Because you and your twin flame are one being. But the experience of it is different for the both of you, because you're both unique individuals. If you're watching this video and you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say mirror exercise, twin flame ascension school, all that, I highly recommend checking it out, and I will link everything below. If you want to come into union with your true twin flame, you do need to learn the mirror exercise to dissolve separation consciousness. And I can help you do that. I'm also offering free sessions and readings for people who subscribed to Twin Flame Ascension School and mention me as a referral. So if you're interested in that, email me or message me on here. This whole class just reaffirmed everything for me. It made me realize, like, the more I wait around and dilly-dally and just kind of like scratch my head and kind of look around, the longer I'm leaving my twin flame in suffering. You only have one twin flame, and that's your person. Do you not want to? I mean, I just like want to call my twin right now, and maybe I will. Maybe not on recording. I won't do that. But just this whole class, it just kind of slapped me in the face a little bit. I'm like, oh wow, I have the keys to the kingdom. I know how to heal this, and I'm not doing anything about it. I'm not being active. I will say, I have a caveat. Me and my twin are both passive. That's in our soul design. So regardless, though, that's not the point. The point is I'm the one who has access to this information. And so I must be the active twin at this time, because this is what the situation calls for. It's like if someone were really struggling carrying their groceries and they kept like dropping things, would you just stare at them as it happened? Or would you go and help them, right? Like, it's one thing to learn about twin flames and what they are and what all this means and learn the mirror exercise and do your inner work But are you actually engaging with your twin? Do you care about them? Of course you do. But then why, if you're afraid of your twin flame, or you're afraid of what they're going to say to you, that means you're not fully convinced of the relationship yourself, and you're worried that they're going to come at you with something and it's going to completely destroy you. But and that's why this class was so amazing, is Jeff and Shaleia role played what that conversation would look like with the twin who knows this work and the twin who doesn't. And you basically just you let all of their arguments come up and meet them with logic and love, and watch their separation consciousness dissolve as you are choosing to dissolve it. Because you make the same core choice with your twin flame, right? And they test you. They test your strength. They test your mastery. They're meant to. Because this is the ultimate of ultimate loves. There's no better partner for you beyond this. This is the ultimate. And so of course they're going to test you in all the ways you need to be tested. Or how could they ever claim, how could you ever believe that they were your perfect partner to help you grow and evolve throughout all of eternity side by side? You need the best possible partner. And so, by God's perfect design, they will push all of your buttons and trigger you in all of your most sensitive areas so you can heal and master that. If you don't want to heal and have emotional mastery and freedom and peace and experience the most amazing love story of all time, go fuck around with the soulmate. You know? If you don't want to grow and evolve, that's your choice, I guess. I will never understand you. But if you're watching this video, I'm sure that's not the case. So I basically just wanted to put out a video just talking about this, that you are, your twin flame is your ultimate teacher, and you are their ultimate teacher. So own that role. That's a sacred role. And don't let your twins stew in their upsets. That's not compassionate. Don't let your twin belittle your connection or deny it, because that's, you know, the ultimate truth because you feel it in your heart. And just because they're not there yet, that doesn't mean you drop the ball and go, oh, okay, you're right, and get all sad and dejected. I've done that. I've been there. When your twin comes at you with a lie, such as, like, if your twin's dating somebody else, let's say, and you approach them and, you know, and they say to you something like, well, I love the person I'm with, and, you know, there's nothing that you can do to change that. I'm with this person. And you just say, that's not who you're looking for. You're looking for me, but you see me in them. Or if they come at you with, I'm not your twin flame, you just made that up, you just say, no, I didn't. It's pretty wide-known phenomenon at this point, and everyone has a twin flame, and that's how everyone was created, and there's nothing we can do to change that. It just is. Or I'll give an example from my personal twin flame journey. I told my twin flame I loved him and wanted to be with him forever a week after I met him. Because I am tuned right the fuck into my intuition. And so it took no time for me to discern what was up. And I said, I love you and I want to be with you and I don't care about anything else. And he said, I think we were brought together to expand our consciousness, but we should just be friends. And now, when he said that to me at the time, I didn't have Jeff and Shaleia's body of work. I didn't have the mirror exercise. I didn't have any tools. I didn't know about twin flames. You know, this is everyone's story, right? If I had only known then what I know now. But since I wasn't mastered yet, when he said that to me, when he presented that separation consciousness to me, I accepted it. And I let that stop me. And I let that get in the way. And because I chose to agree with what he was saying, he felt confident that he was right. Looking back on it, I would have said, you believe we were brought together to expand our consciousness, but we should just be friends. If you meet someone who helps you expand your consciousness, wouldn't you want to be with that person forever? So you could continuously expand your consciousness? Why would you just... That doesn't make sense, right? It's not logical. Because, you know, God is only interested in expansion. And so it wouldn't make any sense to meet someone who makes you grow and then part ways. Because you're supposed to keep growing, right? You're never supposed to stop. So just stuff like that. Let them come at you with whatever they want to come at you with. And just stand firm in the truth. And you're always safe and protected when you stand in the truth because you're standing with God. And God's truth is, you and your twin flame are supposed to be together. God wants it. You and your twin want it. So the only thing that's stopping it is your unwillingness to kind of go to bat for your love and really, really try. Like, actually try. If this is your great love of loves, do you think you're going to get it by bitching about it? You're going to get it just by waiting and hoping? Or are you going to fight for your freaking love? Right? I fought for my twin flame the entire time we lived together, to the point where it was actually pretty destructive, but it wasn't all on my end. It was, you know, since he is me and we are one, it was destructive on both of our ends, and it wasn't handled well by either one of us. But I stand by everything I said, and all the arguments we had, because I was only ever fighting for us. I was only ever fighting in favor of our union, and I would never ever regret that. Never, ever. Are we fans of The Office here? Do we remember what Michael says to Jim on the booze cruise when Pam gets engaged to what's-his-face? I don't even remember his name. That's how insignificant it is. If you don't watch The Office, I'm sorry, but I have to speak to this for people who do watch The Office. Pam gets engaged to, I can't even remember his name because he's so insignificant, but she gets engaged to him on the booze cruise, and Jim is torn apart by it. And he goes out to look at the sky, and he's so depressed that Pam's engaged to another man, Roy. And Michael comes up and says, you know, what's wrong? And Jim says, you know what? I'm in love with Pam, and I have been for a while. And now she's just engaged. She just got engaged right in front of my face, and that's where we are. And Michael, who is my favorite character, by the way, Michael looked at him and goes, So? And Jim goes, she's engaged. And Michael says, engaged isn't married. Never, ever, ever, ever give up. That's why Michael's my favorite character, because throughout the entire series, he may have said a lot of dumb stuff, but he always pursued his heart without hesitation. He always listened to his heart. He was always tuned in. And it may have, he may have come off as kind of a wild card and a hopeless romantic and semi-unstable, but I would prefer someone like that over any other type of person any day who didn't listen to their heart. Yeah, and we all know what happens to Jim and Pam, right? They end up together. But the point is, true love never fails. And you and your twin flame, that's the truest of loves. It's your perfect love story. It's Titanic, The Notebook. Every great love story ever written is twin flames. So, teach your twin what true love actually is, and don't give up on them. And because if you give up on them, you're giving up on yourself. Because this love story is for you. Wow. Coughing. I actually just, in another recent TFAS class, Sama, who's very quickly coming into her twin flame union, she kept coughing during part of the class, and Jeff said that that's indicative of making a new choice. And I am making a new choice, and that's to stop waiting around and hoping that's something that's just going to manifest out of thin air. You know, you have to do this journey with God. But as soon as you create the window, as soon as you open yourself up and ask God, and surrender to God and let Him know that you are ready and willing for the next step, it will be presented to you every time. Because this is in God's will that you be in union as well. So God's only going to work for you and with you to co-create this beautiful love. So that was all I had. Is a short and sweet half hour this time. Yeah, if you're interested in a reading or coaching session with me, let me know. If you have any questions in general, let me know. Sorry, my head was cut off for most of this. There. I guess that probably would have been a better shot, but what can you do? See you guys next time. Thanks for watching.